Hi there. Can I ask you a question? How did you get to school today? Did you walk? Did you bike? Did you drive a car? Did you hang glide? How was the decision made? Why did you need to get to school that way? What things might you have needed on your journey that would have made the journey more effective? Let's think about this. The first humans, they walked everywhere. That's all they had. No technology. They just followed their food. Occasionally, I guess, they needed to swim across a river or something, but most of the time it was walking, whether you're a young boy, young girl, or an old person. But technology, that can change everything. The very first people's transport using technology was probably a boat. Boats have been found and discovered from thousands of years ago, and suddenly people could travel further and faster than they'd ever been before. There was a revolution. But of course we're land animals, aren't we? So travelling on water is useful sometimes, but most of the time we're travelling on land. Several thousand years ago, early humans discovered how to domesticate animals like donkeys and horses, and they could carry the big heavy loads that humans couldn't themselves. Combine that with inventing the wheel and being able to pull things along on the backs of small carts, and suddenly you were able to move whole groups of people and whole groups of possessions all in one go. That made a real difference. So there we have it. Power and motion. The two together gave us great ideas for transport. It could be used for lots of different things. Carrying goods sometimes, moving large objects, moving people even. And increasingly it was used for war. Alongside transport and moving things around, being able to communicate effectively as humans started to migrate across the world was really, really important. From trade routes to just simply getting the message to other people. New technologies appeared. So better quality wheels, better ways to pull them, and infrastructure of roads for these things to travel on. And even boats became more effective. Some were now sail powered, or with giant oars to help pull them along. And this kept humanity going for many hundreds of years. And personal transport improved too. Bikes have been around for nearly 300 years, and cars for just over 100. Suddenly, individual people, or small groups as families, they could move around quite easily and effectively as well. And mass movement was made easier too. The invention of the railways in 1825 was a huge revolution. It allowed people to move really long distances in a very short period of time. Improvements in sea travel, and even air travel in the last 100 years, means that people now can travel all around the world in pretty much a day. This technological revolution, though, has some implications. Let's think about the car, for example. We use it probably more than any other form of transport than our own 2 feet. And now today, there are over 8 billion cars in the world. That causes a problem. We produce far more cars every day than we can possibly build roads for. And that's why the roads are becoming more congested. So actually, new, faster cars actually have to go a lot slower. We're also running out of the fuel that powers most of them, oil. 50 years, there'll be very little left. So what's the solution? Well, that's your challenge. Your challenge today is very simple. You've got to design the transport of the future. It might be for a family getting around the town, going to school, or it might be to move whole populations from place to place. You decide. But what features will it need? What will it look like? Why will it look like that? And how will it be powered? Can you do some research into new ways to power vehicles? Again, you decide. And finally, I want you to think about this. This is not an opportunity to design the next sports car. This is a real project that really has an impact in the real world when you grow older. Your work can be drawings, annotations, animations, films, whatever you think's best. But get your ideas across, because I'd like to see them. But in the meantime, I have my own solution for getting through the traffic jams. See you soon.